So, 90s virtual reality. What's that like?
Red.
What?
The color red. Just shades of that and black. It's all you get.
What's the logic behind that?
I don't know, but I assume the writer of this went on to work for Nintendo, creating the Virtual Boy. Their employment was brief.
Welcome back to another episode of Batman the Animated Recap. Last time we covered Birds of a Feather, featuring Penguin getting duped by a couple of rich pranksters. This time we see the return of the Riddler and his all-new deadly game. Season 1, Episode 48 of Batman the Animated Series, What is Reality? We open on a jogger stopping at an ATM to make a withdrawal, but he is instead presented with a riddle.
Where does a 500-pound gorilla sleep?
That's not a riddle! It's a bad joke! Trust me, I would know!
It's riddle adjacent.
So, just a question then. We should change your name to the question.
Ha! The joke's on you. There's already another DC character named The Question.
Oh. Can we get him on the show instead? I'll make some calls.
The man at the ATM has his bank balance zeroed out. We then cut to the stock market, where another riddle-adjacent question is asked before transitioning to the DMV, where yet another question appears on a screen.
How do you get 5 elephants into a compact car?
Very carefully.
That's not the answer.
Sure it is.
No, it isn't.
Well, if you're so smart, then what is it?
2 in the front seat, 2 in the... Wait a minute. You almost had me.
Can't blame a guy for trying. At Commissioner Gordon's office, we learn that Edward Nygma is wiping his information off of all electronic police databases. Fortunately, Batman asks about the hard copies, but doesn't get an answer because Gordon gets a call about a package being delivered.
With question marks painted on it. And it's ticking.
I assume you went straight for the records department to make sure the hard copies were secure.
Oh yeah, that would have been a great idea.
Wait, you didn't do that?
Of course not. A ticking package in the lobby? I couldn't ignore that.
If only you had a sidekick who could have helped with one of those things while you tackled the other.
Yeah, but Batgirl wasn't on the team yet.
Sick burn. Jerk.
What?
No, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the Joker. Yeah, that's it. Down in the records room, Riddler has 2 goons dressed as cops who clear the room and get his files. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the precinct, Batman and Robin investigate the Riddler's package.
He didn't mean that the way it sounded.
Yeah, I was just talking about Batman checking out the Riddler's box. Stop! I'm going to die laughing. Anyway, Batman and Robin investigate the puzzle box.
How was that delivered? It wouldn't fit through the door.
I don't know how Amazon does it, but I am a Prime member.
Robin solves the puzzle relatively easily, revealing there is a large computer inside with a timer that goes off, resulting in... What were they planning to do? Shoot the explosion? Dumb mooks. Batman leaves Robin behind to check out the computer while he heads back to the Batcave to review the Riddler's brain teasers. With Alfred's help, they easily solve the mystery.
And 5 elephants. Now let's convert them to Roman numerals. Look, DMV.
How did you make the leap to Roman numerals? There was nothing related to Rome in any of the clues. Because I'm Batman. Great. No further questions.
Seriously?
Yes, he'll just respond with I'm Batman again, or he'll punch me in the throat, so I have nothing further to ask.
Oh, well, maybe I have some questions.
Except that I know you want to be punched in the throat.
Oh, shucks. Over at the DMV, Riddler's goons are collecting his motor vehicles file. Why would his DMV file say AKA Riddler on it?
In Gotham, the DMV keeps even more detailed records than the police. They probably know that I'm Bruce Wayne.
Well, either the DMV is just that good or the Gotham police are just that bad.
Yes!
Batman interrupts the thugs, but they manage to knock the wind out of him and get away. He pursues them outside only to encounter a car remotely controlled by the Riddler.
You know, in the time it took you to grapple that light post, you could have just got behind it.
What?
I said masterfully done. It was the only way. Batman manages to get away from the car before it explodes. Back at the police station, Gordon checks in on Robin.
Found something? You betcha. Yes, sir. It's a virtual reality program.
Why would you put it on when you know it was sent by the Riddler?
Hey, it's not the boy blunder's fault.
Thank you.
He's an imbecile. He can't help it.
Yeah. Wait, what? Robin gets Gordon to try the virtual reality before leaving briefly for a snack. Unfortunately, Riddler was counting on Gordon to try the machine.
That would have electrocuted Gordon as well.
Will you stop focusing on reality?
Isn't that the whole point of this episode? The title is What is Reality?
Not really. There's never a question about what is reality versus virtual reality.
Huh. It's almost like the writers hate you.
They're just jealous of my brilliance.
Yeah, that's it.
Batman gets another riddle that leads him back to police headquarters. Riddler reveals that the only way to save Gordon's brain from turning to goo is for Batman to head into the virtual world and get him. Batman uses an earpiece that will allow Robin to communicate with him while he's plugged in. Once inside, Batman is challenged with more riddles, shot at by question marks, almost run over by a train, and forced to play a game of chess where only he must obey the rules of movement.
That was not my fault. The episode is only 22 minutes long. There was no time to have each piece move individually.
After riding through the stars on a Pegasus, Batman finds himself in a new location.
Welcome to Riddlerville, Batman.
Riddlerville? Is that anywhere near Otisburg?
Otisburg? It's a little bitty place. Otisburg?
Nah. Otisburg is east of Flavortown. Flavortown.
Riddler presents Batman with a Rubik's Cube-looking device that Robin calls a Baxter's box. Robin is an expert at solving them, but when he tries to help...
I can guide you through it and...
It's fine. I've smashed a box or two in my time without Robin's help.
I bet you have.
That is not what I meant. No. Breathe. He wants you to hit him. You'll only be rewarding him.
Oh, come on!
Riddler starts to cheat when Batman is able to manipulate the system, but Batman starts to duplicate himself to get around the Riddler's hindrances. Riddler also starts to duplicate himself, and I feel like Warner Brothers ripped itself off here with this plot element for the Matrix trilogy. Riddler says that any number Batman can think of, he can double, resulting in...
How can you split your focus in 32 directions and sustain the concentration it takes to keep your world together? You can't!
Wait, are you plugged into this thing as well? Why wouldn't you just control it like you would a computer program?
I've been advised by my publicist not to answer that.
Why not?
Because it makes me look really stupid.
Once out of the virtual reality, Batman, Gordon, and Robin follow Riddler's final clue, leading them to the World's Fair exposition, where they learn his fate.
You mean he's been trapped inside his own program?
Could be, and how to get him out. Maybe a riddle no one can solve.
I do so love it when Batsy makes jokes about the horrible fates of his enemies. It's so hot.
That's one way to look at it. Anyway, this episode was okay. I'm trying to decide if I liked it better than the Riddler's first appearance. I mean, it's clear that the writers struggle with compelling riddles, which turns the Riddler's episodes into glorified escape room challenges, except the puzzles never really seem to be a struggle for the heroes. I don't have the solution to this, but, I mean, there must be some Riddler comic stories that could have laid some solid groundwork. What did you think, Batman?
While the challenge presented in the episode ties into this version of the Riddler's background as a computer game developer, it didn't really seem to tie into the B-plot of him trying to remove his digital and physical footprint. By all accounts, he actually succeeded in that part, and it would have been nice if it all connected so that I could have stopped both crimes. 3 out of 5 times Nigma definitely wet himself after frying his brain. Thank you to the following supporters on Patreon: Jay Booth, Sean Hart, Jimmy Purcell, Rick Maxwell, Tony Ebbers, Jessica Tim, EC, J.R. Green, Emilio Flores, and AJN. If you'd like to get early access to videos and bonus behind-the-scenes content, you can become a patron at patreon.com/jackofallnerds. All new patrons get a free lesson in fear.
Join us next time when we'll be covering I Am the Night. What? Batsy suffering a case of self-doubt? Count me in. Till next time, kiddies! Didn't you try to blow us all up the last time you were here? Don't tell me you've abandoned your criminal schemes.
Of course not. Batman's locked in my virtual reality as we speak.
What? Oh, damn it.
Why does your virtual world look like
I beg your pardon?
You know, I was going to say something, but I thought it was just me.
Not just you. That is an eyesore.
You know I can hear you.
Yeah, even in the 90s, there's no way that would have tricked anyone's brain into believing it was real.
Well, it's a good thing I brought explosives then as a backup.
Oh, thank goodness. Light those things up, because I'll take death over spending another minute in here. What are you running this thing on, DOS?
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, it would be so hot if you gave it a like and a share. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when more of these videos go up. Oh, yeah.